Let's go to Kevin in Fremont. Hi, Kevin. What are you doing?
Hi. Doing well. I think it's very entertaining, actually, to talk about the road rage and whatnot. I find that very entertaining.
Yeah. Have you ever pulled your car over and gotten out and beaten the crap out of somebody?
You ever killed somebody?
I can't drive. I can't see.
Oh, well, there you go. That takes that out of play.
Nobody likes a quitter.
All right. Bless you, Kevin, for having a laugh with us. Whoops.
Yeah. But I've been that angry, but not about that.
Okay.
And,
all right.
so anyway, but anyway, what I was going to say about Kaminga is I just don't see how if Curry, it's really going to be up to Curry and management as to whether or not they want to win quickly, and it doesn't guarantee anything, but whether they want to win quickly and want to even have a halfway decent chance of getting back to finals, because I don't see Kaminga fitting into that timeline at all. And so definitely I think they need to package him if they're going to win right now, package him along with, I don't know if there's even takers for Wiggins and draft picks to move off of and actually get an impact player, because my comment over and over throughout this year has been that they have to get another impact player. That Klay Thompson used to be that player, but he's not that player anymore, and through no fault of his own. So even if he comes back next year and they want to pay the price, that's not going to change anything. They have to get another impact player. There needs to be a Robin to go with Curry's Batman in order to get to that level again. And one other thing, as far as keeping Kaminga long term, I don't know. I've had knee problems in my life. I had my I severed my quadriceps tendon in half a long time ago, and I'm very fortunate. I was very fortunate to have a great surgeon to reattach that thing. And they had to pull it all the way back up through my leg and reattach it, and I still have my original quadriceps tendon. And all I'm saying is once you have tendonitis in your knees, and this guy jumps out of the building, lands on his legs all the time, I don't think he's going to have a long-term career if he's already having tendonitis. And so that would be another reason, while his price and trade value is high, move him on and get that player to go along with Curry.
Yeah, Kevin, thanks, man. Thanks for having a good time with us. I like that. I don't know how to handle that last part other than that to say, I mean, we asked Doc Pandia that exact question last week. We'll ask him again today. He's on with us here in about an hour and a half. And he expressed zero concern whatsoever about Kaminga and his knees. So I'm not worried about that. The other part of what Kevin's talking about is clearly the rub. This is the Golden State Warriors organizational rub, if you really want to get to it. We get to 1,000 different angles about the Warriors. To me, this is the rub. And it is, does Jonathan Kuminga's ascension match Steph Curry's descension? That's the rub. That's the entire rub as to whether or not whatever Steph's got left and whatever that direction is, whatever that timeline is, does Jonathan Kuminga's rise match Steph Curry's fall? Is he old enough? Is he good enough? Is it all happening fast enough? It has started to accelerate, so that's great. I think that's made it a healthy discussion. If you'd asked me this in December, I'd have told you the Warriors probably got to move Kaminga and do something for the remainder of Steph Curry's career because he's not it. Now I'm on the fence. I'm hoping he's it, but is it going to rise fast enough to where he's truly a dynamic, game-changing type player in the time span that Steph has left? And if he's not, hey, Dubs, how you going to handle it? To me, that's the rub. That's the rub. If you're going to, quote, maximize the remainder of Steph Curry's career, you got to answer the question about whether or not Jonathan Kuminga can do that.
Well, I would just say based on the improvement the last 2 months, 2.5 months, I don't know that I can remember anybody improving that much that quick. Whether it was talks behind the scene with Steve Kerr, it all coincided with when he came out and said I should be playing more. And I don't know why I'm being taken out of the game. And he came out publicly and said that. And I remember doing a show here saying I want him to say that, but I want him to say it behind closed doors. I want him to come into my office if I'm the coach and I'm the head coach and say, like, look, I want to play more. I want all my players to want to play more. The worst thing you could have is guys that are okay with sitting on the bench. I don't want. It's just how you handle that.
But don't you think he probably said that 100 times behind closed doors before he called shams? You know what I mean?
I don't know that, and I'm not going to assume that. I'm just thinking it was a young player making a mistake going public with something that should have been kept private. But ever since then, it was addressed, and his improvement's been off the charts.
Yeah, it started the conversation that I think Steve finally listened to, and part of his ascension has just been opportunity, don't you think?
I think it's opportunity and also being way more coachable than he was in the past and being open to being coached and not thinking he knows everything. And all of a sudden, I'm playing, I'm gaining confidence. I don't have to look over my shoulder that I'm going to get pinch hit for, like we were talking about with the platoon thing yesterday. I don't have to look over my shoulder every time the buzzer sounds and I'm coming out of the game because maybe I did something stupid. There's so many things that we don't know about on how he practiced and how he handled himself in the locker room and all the other things that go into it. We just see game time. So the fact that he's evolved so quickly and he's becoming one of their best players and a guy that I just generally love watching play. He's fearless. He's fearless. Like that, those are things you can't teach. Like he's fearless. He's not afraid to go right at you. His jump shot's developing. His defense is developing. His rebounding could get better. I mean, what do I know? But I'm just saying, like, I think he's just on the verge, if he keeps trending this way, like a stock, we talked about it yesterday, that he's going to be their guy. And I would even think about trading him for 1 second.
Okay, great. Is he getting better fast enough?
Yes. I just said, like, I've never seen anybody, like, improve that quickly in the course of a season.
Okay.
Going from, I think it was the haircut, too, by the way. I left that out. When he got the haircut.
Yeah, he got the haircut.
Got the haircut. Yeah. It was like on.
It was different.
I think all you kids listening right now, go get a haircut.
Get a haircut.
You get 3 hits tonight in Little League.
Boy, I drive by a high school and just yell it out the window.
Oh.
Get a haircut.
There's so many mullets.
Oh, my God.
The mullet is back.
The mop and the mullet is absolutely crushing the teenage world.
I went to the Campo Lindo game I was talking about, and everybody had mullets.
Yeah.
The kids like the mullet out the back. It's a baseball player look. Get a haircut, kids.
Bad look.
It is. It was a bad look in the 80s the first time around. It was a bad look.
But I also feel old saying that. I don't like looking at I don't like looking at
Logan Webb's got one. Have you seen it?
I know. I don't like looking at my teenage son and being like, I don't like the way you look.
Yeah, clean it up.
It's just like,
clean it up, kid.
God, could you be older? Oh, but anyway, yeah. Jonathan Kuminga's had a fantastic second half of the season.
I like what Steiny said. I want LeBron.
Cut that. Go ahead.
I want LeBron, Steph, and Kaminga. Like, that's who I want next year, and then just figure the rest out.
How the hell are you going to do that?
I don't know. Just go down there.
That's a great question.
No, it's not.
Throw LeBron in the trunk and bring him up here. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Shoei and I got friends that can get LeBron here whenever we want. We can get him up here.
I just... I don't see how they're going to do what we all want them to do. Tim Kawakami joined us yesterday. TK Pod is available through the Odyssey family and on our YouTube page. Okay, so which one is it here? Yeah, the bottom one. What's available to the Warriors this offseason? Tim Kawakami.
I think Chris Paul coming back is now very dwindling chances of that happening. That's a contract that would just disappear. Klay Thompson will not be signing for $40 million. I'll tell you that. And if he does, it will not be with the Warriors, and it might be half of that. I think those are two easy things for them. Those are two big changes, right? To not bring back those two players would be large, or to bring back Klay at a low number. I think Kevon Looney, probably at this point, I would not draw him down as being on the roster. So just those three things would be interesting, or they could possibly use the Chris Paul contract. It's non-guaranteed. If the other team, if you trade him to a team that guarantees it, you can use it to try to acquire money back. Those are the easy things, or maybe not easy. Those are the kind of the workable thing.
Okay. That doesn't change anything.
He had a little Farhan laugh going there in the middle of his answer. He did. Sound like Farhan. He sound like Farhan for a second there.
Yeah, those laughs mean, it sort of means like, I don't have the answer for you.
Yeah.
It's not something funny just happened. There's no, like, everything that TK just said, he's right. However, does that make you better? All right, so Clay's at 20. Chris is off the team. Looney's off the team. Talk to me. What seed is that?
Depends who you get. You just take them off the team and nobody's there. They don't have enough players, and they're going to be at the 40th seed.
You're not getting anything for that. Chris is just walking. Looney is basically being waived. And Clay is now making half as much, and you're still over the tax.
I'm talking about who you sign.
Who's coming?
I don't know.
How are you getting better? You can't just go shopping in the free agent market. How are you going to do it?
I already told you what I thought. I think you just tweak. I don't think huge changes are necessary. Like, things change from year to year.
Right.
You got to get through to a few people. Older. Yeah. I mean, you get through to some people. And
talk to me about that. Who do they need to get through to, and what do they need to say?
Well, Wiggins came in out of shape, it seemed like, and that's what you were hearing, the rumors were. And it took him a while to get into shape.
Getting through to Wiggins? Walk across the room right here and just whack your head against the wall 8 times. That's getting through to Wiggins. I know what you're going to say next. Let's get Draymond to stop getting thrown out and suspended.
Yes.
Now go to the other side of the room and whack the other side of your head against the wall 8 times. And here you are.
And everybody's ready to go after I whack my head on the wall 16 times.
No, they're not. They're not.
I'm never been a believer in just hodgepodging it. And there's something sentimental in me, I'll say this as a fan, that I don't like a lot of change. Like, I don't like guys. It feels like it's a costume and not a uniform when you have a bunch of different guys in a certain year. Like, right now, it's taking me time to wrap my head around Soler and Chapman and Ahmed at shortstop and all the new Giants. Like, that's going to take some time because you feel like right now it's only 5 games into the season. They're in a costume and it's not their uniform.
Totally.
And I think if the Warriors tinker too much, and I know they have to make adjustments and they're a 10 seed, the biggest adjustment I would try to make is laying down the law about this isn't our culture, this drama crap and this reality TV show that was our season the last 2 years. Enough of that. And however you do that, and it might take getting rid of some people, okay. But like that part's got to go away for me. I know it's the NBA, and you're like, come on, FP.
Yeah, do you know what I'd argue? It is their culture. It's totally their culture. It's always been their culture. When have the Warriors been drama-free? Like, remove the first championship when they were all pups. And outside of that, tell me from the story of the 73-win season that does not end in a championship, to signing Kevin Durant, to fighting with Kevin Durant, to having David West say, y'all don't even know what the hell we went through this year.
There's police outside the locker room in Oklahoma City.
Right? And then you're going to go through the KD and Klay Thompson injury years. You're going to come out the other side with Andrew Wiggins and Jordan Poole, for God's sakes. You're going to win a championship. You're going to punch each other.
Well, how about just less drama then?
When the hell has this group not been filled with drama?
Yeah, but making change for change's sake, unless somebody's an absolute cancer and they're tearing apart your very fabric of what you believe in, I think is dangerous. And if somebody is a cancer, I'm of the old school thought that I don't care who they are and what they've done or how much they can help me. If you're tearing apart the fabric of what we need to do to win, I got to move on from you.
Yeah, I get it. If they finish in the 10 seed and get knocked out by the Lakers, I don't think you're making change for change's sake.
Yeah.
I think you're making change because this ain't good enough.